Hello, hello. Hope you're having a beautiful day so far today. My name is KV. I am the founder here at Lontex Digital, which is not your typical marketing agency whatsoever. I'm very much against the whole agency space and the bad reputation it has. We're more of a growth company, a growth, a growth agency, I guess you could say, even though I don't like that word. But our job isn't to manage paid ads for you. Our job isn't to do solely that. That is a part of what we do, but our responsibility is to manage everything that gets in the way of you scaling your brand, right? All of that. We don't just take care of paid ads and then tell you to create 1,000 pieces of content in 2 hours for us to manage the advertising for you. We take care of everything from A to Z to ensure that we as a growth agency are fully responsible for your success. And that's what allows us to make such bold claims, right? So I'm basically going to be walking you through here in this video our whole entire process of how we do it, right? I'll go over all the steps, why we do it the way that we do it, as well as just go into detail about what each intricate step is, right? Our goal is basically so this flow here was created for brands between $25,000 to $50,000 in MRR, which once again stands for monthly recurring revenue, and we help them scale to $50,000 to $100,000 in MRR in less than 90 days. Right? We call it a 90-day double MRR flow, but of course, as a growth agency, our goal is always to over deliver and deliver in half that time, right? But just to be safe, because some brands are different, we definitely like to have a time frame of 90 days, right? So I'm going to walk you through all of this and basically explain to you why we do all of this. And to be fair, you could probably copy all this if you wanted to at the end of this video, and that is perfectly fine with me, right? The reason why that is fine with me is because if you do implement it, first off, you're one of the top 1% of all people that get access to information and they actually take action on it, right? Because so many people are going to watch this video, but maybe 1 or 2% of them are actually going to be high achievers and are actually going to take action on this and get somewhere with it, right? And to those people, what I want to say is my hope is that I will gain your trust enough after you implement this and you see that it actually works. I hope to gain enough of your trust. That way, when you are prepared to finally double or triple or even quadruple your business, you come back to us and allow us to do that for you, right? For everyone else that is interested and wants to get their problem solved and wants to stop wasting time and thousands of dollars on solutions that just haven't worked for you yet, and you see what all this is and you learn how we do it, but you would just rather have us, implement it all for you, and you value your time and your money. My goal here is to basically give you all the information, basically educate you on what we do and how we do it, and basically show you that even though it seems a little bit complex, or to some it may seem simple, it's not as easy as it looks, and it would really be a smart decision for you to just have us take care of it all for you, right? But without further ado, let's get right into it, right? So the 90-day double MRR flow. Also keep in mind that what we basically do is the primary thing is basically TikTok ads paired with Meta retargeting. Now, Meta is the parent company of Facebook, Instagram, as well as I think WhatsApp, right? You can run ads on WhatsApp, which is very interesting. It's not ads like Instagram and Facebook, but that's a whole different topic. We don't cover that because we definitely haven't tested it. Now that I think about it, we probably should test it, but let's just get right into it, right? So what we basically do is when, for example, you as a prospect, you as the e-com brand finally, see the value in what we do, and we both think that we're a good fit for each other, what we would basically do is we would send you an onboarding form as well as access, as well as like getting access and giving access to certain things. So here's basically everything that we get access to, right? Your customer profile, the CSV files, which I'll dive into a little bit soon, access to social media profiles, because we do manage your social media profiles as well. Access and permission to TikTok as well as Facebook slash Meta Business or Business slash Ad Manager. We also um, we also shoot content for you, but all of the content that you've shot in the past, from stills, pictures, um, to the logo, to videos, to short form, we still want all of that in the couple of days that it takes for us to get more content for you, right? And then we also have a form going over your ideal customer profile, and then we basically use that to help you bring those people in, right? And then after we get that, we jump onto the onboarding call. Now, the onboarding call is pretty cool. We kind of talk about what you can expect and how fast things become, because success in this space is not a straight line, right? It won't go from $1,000 a day to 1,200 to 1,400 to 1,600 and etc. It tends to jump fast, right? It might be 200 and then it'll go to 800 and then it'll go back to 700 and then it will go up to 2,000 and then 4,000 and then basically just trying to explain that to our prospects. We go into more detail about next steps. We go over how we basically communicate with you, and at the end of every week we always send you a short Loom video, like explaining to you what what we've done, what the plan is, as well as just to make sure that we are sure to communicate with you as the client. We make sure that we jump on bi-weekly calls. They don't have to be long, because I understand you're running a very successful business, and we definitely don't want to waste time when I get to the point. And those bi-weekly calls can be 15-20 minutes, and then there would be a one call at the end of every month where we go over like everything about what we did during the current month and what the plan is for the following month. We basically go over the ROAS percentage invoice process, because that was something that I'll talk about down the line. Once again, we basically go over everything. We'd onboard you to your own Slack channel, and then we onboard you onto our social media management platform, right? Now, let me go back to this, right? So I was talking about the CSV files, and so right here, right, we would, for example, if you were to be onboarded into the agency, we would receive your CSV files of customers and create custom audiences, right? Custom audiences on Facebook / Meta, right? So talking about CSV files and CC custom audiences, right? Basically, what that would be is a CSV list. CSV basically stands for comma separated values. It's just a format of it's a format of some sorts, right? I'm not that smart with that stuff, but I know it's a format of something. And so what we basically do is we would collect the data of all of your email subscribers currently, all of your VIP customers, and hopefully you do have that separated, because VIP customers are sold to in a different way, and your typical subscribers are sold to in a different way. People that have added a cart are sold to in a different way, and your customers, just simple customers that haven't come back to buy again yet, or haven't ordered like a big order yet, are sold to in a different way. All right, and they all have different back end sequences to take care of them, right? And what we basically do is we would create individualized custom audiences for each and every one of these, right? And there's a way to basically say, we basically separate them by the last 180 days, 90 days, 60 days, 30 days, and all that stuff, right? So it goes even deeper than that, based on varying time frames, like I just mentioned. And then we would basically make content pieces that would hit them specifically, right? Because VIP customers basically feel like they are like the head honchos of your community, which is true, right? Your customers are now part of your community. They're going to be sold to a little differently. All of your email subscribers have trusted you enough to give you their email addresses, probably in exchange for a coupon code or something of that sorts. and they're going to be sold differently. So we would basically create ad creatives specific to each person at their buying cycle, or at the current buying phase that they're at in the whole cycle, and then we would basically run ads, run retargeting ads on Meta with a low budget. Typically, what we do if for our clients is we take 10 to 15% of their total ad budget and put it on these retargeting ads. Um, they actually bring in a lot of sales and a lot of traffic, because cold traffic is the hardest traffic to buy and most expensive. And once you track that data, once you already have this type of data, it's just like telling Facebook, like, go get these people. And Facebook doesn't have to work its algorithms to help you find people. You're telling them who to go find, and it's much cheaper, right? It's much faster. And then basically do, like I said, create retargeting campaigns. So Facebook pixel that has been seasoned with TikTok ad traffic that we bring in, new custom audiences based on that, the content posting, as well as the social media content schedule, right? Like I said here, use 15 to 20, although I did say 10 to 15, 15 to 20 is fairly good as well. Of the ad budgets to run these campaigns, they'll be cheaper than cold traffic and much more effective. But these aren't possible without running cold traffic campaigns. They're just not. You need top of funnel traffic, right? And now let me go back to the call here, right? So when we onboard you, we basically create a content schedule based on the content that you've already handed over to us, as well as the content that we're going to be creating for you, right? So knowing that you'll be getting 5 new fresh creators every month. Wait, it's not every month. It's every week. We basically have to prepare for that, right? So we're basically going to be posting a new high quality piece of content every single day, from Monday to Friday, right? Or whatever works, and then we're going to have separate, like for stories and stills and all that stuff, that will also get the creator to send us in, right? Now, if a certain content creator works for your brand very well, you and the brand and the culture fit is perfect, and the traffic that they send you converts very high, which we can track, of course, by codes. Then we would do something called an account takeover, where we have that person take over, or basically log into your account and go live and do all that stuff, right? That's a whole different thing. And then, of course, begin posting and soft testing content, right? So we basically put all of your content into a platform. We let the automations run, and we let all those posts go, right? Soft testing basically means testing future ad creatives with your audience first to gauge whether or not it'll convert, right? So let's say, hypothetically, you already have a bunch of content created and we help you create even more, right? We would first post it on your platforms, see what creatives do best just based on your presence on social media. And then based on that data, we'll be able to say that a certain creative that performed better, obviously we're going to put more money behind that one as compared to a creative that didn't perform too well with your audience, right? So that's basically what soft testing means, in my opinion, right? So we also help with short form content, like I've been saying as well. So once the onboarding is done, we would basically go into our network of short form content creators. We'll get back on calls with them and see if they're a good fit for your company culture and your fit. And then we would basically create, with your help, of course, or if you could give us just enough access to Shopify platforms, we would basically create specific promo codes for each influencer. That way we can track their conversions and performance, right? So we do that, and then we get them to go online, use that code, get product shipped to them. And then, of course, either the creators themselves or the agency's team, we place the orders, we get the content shipped over to them immediately as soon as we possibly can, and get it sent fast, right? And then what happens is the creatives get shot, right? The content creator, the UGC, the UGC creator, the influencer gets the product, they shoot it, they edit it, and they deliver, right? So content machine is right here, right? So Team LXD, talking about us, Lontex Digital, provides the scripts and hooks for the content piece. right? And also we give them free reign to create their own scripts and hook ideas, and then they shoot it and they edit it, and then they deliver it to us. And if there's anything that needs to be tweaked or improved, we ask them to improve it and send it back. And then once it's approved, we basically go ahead and we ask them for some still shots as well, right? So we're not only getting short videos, but we're getting some pictures as well. We go on and we go ahead and do that, right? Now here's where it gets a little fun. This is where it gets fun. So what we do at bare minimum for our clients is 20 new pieces of short form content, as in videos, right? So we basically assign 4 creators that are all growing their personal brands, that all have amazing capabilities with creating content, and they're very, very well experienced in it, and specific to your brand type slash your niche, your industry. And we basically have them create 5 pieces of content every week, right? So we basically do that, and this always comes out like 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here. Comes back as 20, right? So right here, right, about 5 critics per week to test, in my opinion, is a perfect amount to start off with, at least, right? The more money you have to put behind the content machine, the better, because volume negates all luck, right? The more you pump out, the more chances are that you'll find something that really, really, really works, and then you could double down on it. And especially with platforms like TikTok and Instagram Reels, if a video goes viral, it goes viral, and it goes viral fast, right? Unfortunately, on TikTok, it dies off pretty fast as well. But that is also subjective to each content post, right? And then of course, to take this, right, so the content creator gets the product of yours, they shoot it, they edit it, cool, we get all these things. And also, because I kind of mentioned this, right, we also get influencer ads and shout outs, right? So we have an element with the content creation part of it that has to do with influencer marketing, right? So right here, as part of the UGC creation, the UGC creators slash influencers not only create the content, but they also post the content on their own platforms like TikTok and Instagram Reels to create a promotion using the piece of content that they just created, or we go in and we say, this is doing well, post this on your platforms, right? So it's not only, we're basically getting them to shoot the content for us, create it, and send it to us, right? We're getting them to post on their platforms, give your brand even more, what's the word? Give your brand even more traffic, send more traffic towards you, and basically have more people find out about who you are. And everything is being tracked, right? And then once again, once that shout out happens, that traffic is directed to your product page and or funnel, depending on what we're doing at the time. And then of course that leads to sales. But let me quickly go back to this, right? So when these pieces of content are created, same thing happens, right? So not only are we soft testing here, not only are we soft testing with the pieces of content that you've already delivered to us, but these 20 pieces of content every month come here and we soft test. And we see, okay, which one of these pieces of content actually worked well, right? What worked well and what do you put money behind? But, or I should say put more money behind, because we're going to put money behind each and every one of these 20 creatives. And then what happens is the same thing here. Every time an influencer posts an ad or shout out, it's going to be based on the soft testing, right? If the soft testing showed us what content creators worked best, we go back to the influencer and tell them to post that, right? Because it's already proven to work better. And when those content pieces are delivered every week, we test it on TikTok ad campaigns. And of course, this by itself, we can go into super detail for about 10, 12 hours easy. But the goal basically is to, by the end of the month, have 5 pieces of content that work really, really well, that are absolute winners, right? Out of these 20, we basically have 5. That's ideal, and that's the goal. And so we basically create it in that way, right? So each piece of content that we test here, right? Each piece of content we test here, we're going to test different variations, right? Different targeting, different different hooks in the copy, different stories, different offers in the copy itself. So there's going to be like 3 to 4 variations for each one of these, right? And we're going to be able to gauge based on data which is going to work. And the goal is that towards the end of the month, we basically find out 5 creatives that work very, very, very well. And so here, right, the forecasted number of winners are 5. So basically 25% of every creative we test, right? I think I did my math there, right? Right? I hope so. But by winners, what I mean is creatives that are performing really well with ads. And we've also found copy that's actually converting very well, and it performed well on soft tests. And if it didn't, it started performing well after the copy was dialed in, right? So it's very hard to get all of these right on the first try. Sometimes it happens, and that's amazing, but most times it's not, and that's why we test a bunch of things, right? Each piece of content is going to be tested with different ad copy, different offers, and different headlines, like I said, and we're basically going to be able to test that out and find 5 absolute winners. And also going back to testing TikTok ad campaigns, right? We have the best, and I mean the best talents in terms of media buyers, right? So we just allow them to do their job and work their magic. But in summary, we basically just like run cold traffic ads. We split test ad copy and targeting with those 20 pieces of content to find those 5, and we also cut the ads that are losing fast, and we scale the winners fast as well. Now, TikTok tends to not report too well, right? So what I would highly recommend to everyone is either use Triple Whale or Hyros, right? These 2 platforms are so good at tracking tracking data correctly, right? If you're in e-commerce, Alex Alex Becker is someone that I very much stand by, and he's done some amazing things. And he's basically he's found a way to get around the tracking problems that these new platforms have, and he basically found a way to get around the new updates that came out with iOS, right? So that's something that we implement as well. That way we can actually give you the correct data, and that's also basically a cheat code that helps us make sure that we don't cut off the wrong ad campaigns, and we don't scale the wrong ad campaigns, and we make sure that we're going profitable, right? So once we find these absolute winner UGC creatives with perfect or perfect ad copy, perfect headlines, perfect hook, perfect offer, with those 5 creatives, we go ahead and we create more retargeting campaigns, right? We use the same things on people that have seen the one of the 5, and we keep showing them the exact same ones. Because remember, cold traffic, because it's so expensive on Facebook, we go to TikTok. TikTok is one of the best, or actually probably the best top of funnel platform right now. It is fairly new, which means ad costs are actually very, very cheap. You can get a lot of traffic for a lot less. And that's why we don't run top of funnel traffic on Facebook immediately, especially when a brand is, around the $25,000 mark, right? In terms of monthly recurring revenue. TikTok we use for top of funnel traffic, get as many people into the funnel as possible. And then we use Facebook's sophisticated platform to, and also use their data to go back and retarget those people, because TikTok is not even 10% of the way that Facebook is, considering how long Facebook's been around and how sophisticated their whole machine is with retargeting, and the data that they have is unmatched, right? So once again, what all this does is every influencer shout out goes to your product page, every TikTok ad campaign goes to your product page, every retargeting campaign comes around here to your product page, right? And or the funnel. If we're launching a brand new product, of course, there's specific funnels for that that we would highly recommend. And of course, if you have a bunch of products that you sell, we could have a whole funnel based on like getting subscriptions for your products, doing downsells, doing upsells, and a whole bunch of other things. So basically, kind of like what I'm talking here, right? So what comes in this portion, right? We help you test the copy on your pages, on your product pages. We help you test the layout. We help you test different offers and different ways to structure the offer, and we help you create brand new funnels, like completely from scratch as well, if that is if that's what's required, right? Help you create, upsells and downsells. Basically, just create top-notch funnels for yourselves, right? And we test every possible variation until something kicks in. We do it in a smart way so as to not lose you money and not flush money down the drain, right? And if it required for you as the e-commerce brand owner and you don't know how funnels work and how to build one really, really well, there are people, that you can go out and find on 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 Upwork, on Twitter, on Facebook groups, or you just go on Glassdoor, Indeed, and all those job platforms to go ahead and find a certified funnel builder if you need that. But if you choose to work with us, we have that all covered and handled for you, right? And of course, here we basically all of this comes back to one thing and one thing only: sales, right? These customers then enter the Facebook page list purchases and the CSV list and the retargeting plus the email nurture campaigns begin, right? Which I'm sure you already have set in place, right? We continue the purchasing cycle, and remember, the one sale is not the end, right? Here we basically launched the retargeting ads as well as email and SMS campaigns for every new product. For the beginning, we help you dial in your current email and campaigns, but that is something that we definitely have to talk about a little bit further because each brand is a little bit different on that, and we can definitely help get that stuff sorted out. But when a sale is done, they basically repeat the same process here again, right? They come here, they enter in the retargeting, and something that we're testing out now, right? We're helping e-commerce brands create their own owned audiences, right? And what I mean by that is, and yes, I have not included on here, and there's also a separate bonus called the 100K hiring and delegation incubator bonus, which is only limited to one client a month. Because to be very honest with you, for us, it is a very high maintenance bonus to operate, where we basically go through a whole process, which I'll probably create a separate video talking about. But we basically go to you, the founder, owner, CEO of the brand. We go, we ask you a few questions. We have you do a few tests to basically gauge and understand what you hate doing, what you don't like, and we basically help you find the bottlenecks that don't have to do with all of this, right? Bottlenecks outside of this, and basically ways to get your time back and help you focus on doing things that you love doing and actually fall back in love with your business and stop hating your business, right? Because we definitely do not want that. And of course, for you to be able to do whatever you want, whenever you want to be able to do. And once again, buy your time back and bring in people that are 10 times better than you at things that you don't like doing or you hate. And also just like bringing people that actually enjoy doing what you don't like doing. So that's what will help you like grow your brand, right? And that's something that we also implement for our clients in the same program. But once again, it is a limited bonus to one client a month, right? Just one client. And it is typically first come, first serve, unless the client says for some odd reason that we don't want it, which wouldn't make any sense because they are getting that for free. But that's something else too. But we're also testing out basically being able to drive all of this traffic to the sales and all that stuff, and then get these people added into basically get them added into a Facebook group or a Discord channel of some sorts, right? Or basically even every person that goes to your profiles on social media, their call to action to go join your channel on Discord, right? The reason why I think that this is super important is because an e-commerce brand might spend $10,000 a month on ads consistently to generate $25,000, right? That's still pretty good depending on how profitable everything is, and what the cost of goods is and all that stuff, and then of course paying employees and all that software costs and all that stuff, right? Hopefully that is profitable for you. And hopefully the whole structure was designed for that to be profitable. But when you're spending 10 grand on ads every month consistently to get 25K back, you're getting so many new impressions, so many new views from so many new people, right? Now imagine getting a percentage of that, whether it's 5% or even 25% of those people that you paid to put your brand in front of into a platform where you now basically have control over the audience, right? Whether it's a Facebook group or a channel on Discord, right? You bring them into that, and then over a couple of months or even a year, that compounds into thousands of people, maybe tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people that you never have to pay to acquire again. You have them in your community now. And what happens here is, let's say that you wanted to get some quick cash flow into the business, and or possibly you're launching a new product, and for you to consider the product launch a success, you want to sell out, right? Now imagine having tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of people in that group for yourself, and then building out campaigns inside of there, building up the hype, building up a want in those people, and then dropping a coupon code and getting everyone to flood your site so bad that Shopify has to pause, right? That's the absolute ideal situation. And you'd pretty much sell out whatever new product that you launched without having to spend another dime on ads, right? Without having to spend any money on advertising, you sold out, right? And that's when you gain power, because Facebook can ban your ads account at any moment. TikTok can ban your ads account at any moment. Content creators can become a bit slower and they don't like produce for you. Campaigns with other influencers can slow down or dry up, right? But over enough time, you acquire all those people into your community and you can tap into them whenever you like, right? So that's something that we're testing out for our customers and for our clients. I've got a friend that owns a supplement company who implemented that, and he basically sold out 1,000 units of his new flavor of protein powder in a matter of 4 hours, even though he had just over 1,000 people in there. Now imagine doing that on a much greater scale with thousands or even tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people, right? And that's what we're trying to test out. And that's something that we're probably going to introduce into this 90-day MRR flow as a bonus, right? So once again, hopefully this was helpful. My goal was to basically share all of our sauce with you so that way you understand what we do. And if you feel that you want to implement this yourself, by all means, go ahead and do that. Once again, my only goal is to just give you so much value that you basically don't have to get burned by another contractor or agency again. And once again, we guarantee all this, right? Of course, if you want to, you can go ahead and spend all this money testing the ways to do all of this stuff, even all this information, right? There's so many intricate details on how to create a content schedule, right? How to create, specific retargeting campaigns, how to structure the short form content creators, right? Basically, how to ship the orders out fast, how to track all this data, basically what hooks, what scripts have already proven to work well, how to handle all of these content creators and make sure that they deliver on time and fast, how to make sure that they post at the right times. Especially when you're doing a product launch, you want to make sure that they've already got their content, it's already shot, it's already revised, and it's already approved. And you want to make sure that they are prepared to post that piece of content at the exact time that you launch the product, right? When you open this store again or something, you want your store to flood. You want your website to flood, right? And of course, TikTok ad campaigns, right? Like I was saying, I could spend 12 hours on this stuff, like maybe even longer, like talking about this, right? How to build these pages and how to create all of this stuff, right? And also the the 100K hiring and the delegation incubator bonus. That's a whole different thing, and how to develop your own community. That could take thousands of dollars and months and months and months for you to figure out, maybe even years, right? To figure out. And or if you are a hyper executor, by all means, the power is all yours. You know, go ahead and implement this, and I hope, and I am really on your side. Get, get this to work. Scale your brand to 50K. Scale your brand to 100K a month. Come back to us and let us handle it, and we will quadruple your business from there on, right? But to everyone else that doesn't want to waste their time, that values their money, that values their time, that wants results fast, go ahead, click the link down below, book in a quick intro call with me, and of course, I would love to basically be able to tailor all of this to your brand and the current bottlenecks that you're facing. And then, of course, if it makes sense for us to move on and we think it's a good partnership, we can, of course, move that to a second conversation and talk about how we can help, or like Launch Digital can help you in basically implementing all this for your own business, right? And guaranteeing that we double your monthly recurring revenue in less than 90 days, or else we work for free. If it takes longer than that, we work for you for free. And basically make sure that the probability of your success is 100%. Nobody out here is promising you that, but we do. And we understand how much our reputation matters, and that's why we promise to put our money where our mouth is. And we are very much, we definitely understand the pain that you have to go through when you're experimenting with a bunch of contractors, a bunch of agencies, and they make the bold claims of, will generate you an extra $100,000 in MRR in the next 2.5 hours, but they don't do it, right? They make these bold claims with nothing to show for it, and they can't do it, and they don't guarantee it, right? They don't guarantee it. And also something else, we're not like typical agencies where we lock you into contracts. That's not something that we like doing. But yeah, I could talk about how bad the agency space is today and why we're not that. But I do want to give you the opportunity to go ahead and click the link down below, book in a quick mechanism walkthrough. We're just going to walk you through all of this in great detail and tailor it to every single thing, and every single bottleneck that you're facing currently, and be able to give you even detailed advice on exactly how we would go about implementing each of these for you, right? And your brand, based on the information that I gather on the call with you. So once again, my name is KV. I'm the founder of Launch Digital, and I very much look forward to speaking with you. Hopefully this was of value. Go ahead and click the link down below. If you want to be at the forefront and learn about how we solve every single new problem that we find e-com brand owners are facing, the second link in the description is going to be a link to our private Facebook group where you can go ahead and enter. And every time I drop a new video, it goes in there first. And every time we find a new problem in the marketplace for e-commerce brand owners and we find the solution to it, we go ahead and we drop the solutions in there first, right? And if you have any specific problems that I haven't talked about here on the call, you can go ahead and let me know in that group, and I will make a personalized full training video to help you solve that problem, and hopefully that helps you as well. So once again, go ahead and click that link down below, book in your free mechanism walkthrough, and also make sure to join that Facebook group for a bunch of free information that no one's going to get access to anywhere at all. And yeah, hopefully you've been having a great day so far, and I hope the rest of your day is even better than it has been. And I'll looking forward to speaking to you very, very soon. Cheers.